Department does, they do an excellent job, puts all our fires out, haven't really had a disaster so far. What you're here for tonight is to determine whether you need to increase the taxes by 80%. That's a fairly substantial increase in a percentage, and it's a large increase dollar-wise when you look at the entire thing. And as the gentleman pointed out, businesses get hit twice. The taxes go up basically because of this proposal, 1.5% on every piece of property in town. To balance the budget this year, you took $600,000 approximately out of the capital project fund, which means there is another fund available to take money from, and it's kind of mysterious. Nobody really knows how much money there is in that or what it's being used for. And does these things that we're talking come out of capital project, or does it come out of here? If we're raising taxes, is the money for general operating, or is it for capital budget? Do we finance stations with bonds, or are we saving money beforehand, accumulating it, which can be a good thing, but if that's what it's for, then that's what ought to be explained in your proposal for a tax increase. Over the last 3 years, we have spent over $1 million in legal fees. Are we proposing another $300,000 for next year? Is that part of the reason that we need an 80% tax cut? Those questions aren't asked. In 1912, we transferred $500,000 from the general fund. I'm assuming that's the general fund of the county. I don't know, it doesn't really specify. I'm assuming the capital project is also the Wasatch County Fire Department capital project. I don't know the answer to that, can't find it. We put in a 5% pay increase for all of the employees from what we understand. That was one of those things that wasn't really well discussed in the hearings that you had, because you didn't ever really have a public hearing on the fire department budget. You had a couple of tentative hearings, and then you made an approval at one of your budget hearings, and then in the public hearing in December, we finally found out there was a 5% pay increase on that. I got a lot more, but I only got 2 minutes, so let me just suggest a couple of things for you. I don't like to make a lot of complaints without offering some suggestions for you. If we're going to save $300,000 in legal, then there's a good share of the proposed increase. You got $70,000 that you gentlemen, or you got, excuse me, $17,000 this year that I believe you took out of the budget because you aren't taking any director fees this year, because I believe you were told that it was illegal for you to do so. My question is, if it was illegal for you to do so in January of 2013, was it not illegal to do so in 2012 and 2011? And if so, I think that money should be returned to the taxpayers because it wasn't collected properly. And there's $70,000 that could go back into the Wasatch County Fire Department, and that would take care of that. You also got $87,000 in here for capital outlay for something or other. I forgot what it was. Why isn't that coming out of the capital project, and how can you put that in to try to make the proposal that you need the massive tax increase? I would also suggest that in 2001 we had a special service district legislative audit that said special service districts in Wasatch County are not well controlled. I fear that they're still not well controlled. We changed the county government, we created a legislative and executive because we wanted to change the power base